I'm gonna check.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, sorry. Someone was touching something they're not supposed to right now.
Oh.
Hold on.
All right.
Are we? Yeah, we're okay. I think we're back.
Yeah, I can see the stream.
Oh.
Okay. Where'd I cut out?
I'd I guess start back at the top.
You were getting
Alright,
the cab
so-
to come to help me.
What I was doing is I called Helvey. We did the we talked about the exchange of the data. I grabbed the data. I grabbed the case with the cyberware in it, and then the chip that I found in the cyber and I have them all in separate little storage containers.
Okay.
And I will call. Yeah, thank you, Arthur. I was asking for a ride. I was gonna call combat cab. How much will that run me?
50 eddies.
50 eddies? Got it. All right, I already had that subtracted.
Alrighty.
3, 0. All right. We got the. Anyway, I'll stop by outside Helvy's place and knock on the door.
Yeah, this is Little Europe, so there's no landmines.
It's a little Europe, so yes, I don't have to worry about landmines.
Yeah, I'll let him in.
Yeah.
Or ring you up, I guess, because I'm still in an apartment building.
Yeah, yeah. Buzz me in.
Oh, you're able to get in.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I'll head into the elevator right up. Listen to the infuriatingly bland music on the ride up.
You mean the best music?
Maybe I should, like, try to net run and change the music in the apartment building.
God.
We'll put a pin in that for later.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna get out and head to Helvy's apartment.
Yeah, I'll let you into the apartment, and yeah, I think.
Yeah, Serge just kind of inhales a bit and then takes a seat down and goes, "All right. Down a card reader for this, but here's that chip I mentioned over the phone." As I pass the chip that I found in the implant. I did a firmware sweep on the eye itself, so you shouldn't get any corpo surprises.
Thanks, it looks good.
Yeah. So as I slide the canister that has the cyber eye implant in it.
And your exploding chip.
Sorry, I got something. Yeah, and here's the burning chip, and also a little extra thing. You remember when Ramon asked for the data?
Yeah, I'm still working on that.
Yeah, he had the decryption keys all along. So
yeah, I tried to talk him out of what was in that when he was.
Well, he handed them to me. So here is the decrypted data. As I slide the third chip on the table.
And that he was too paranoid to give it to anybody. All right. You have the whole thing decrypted, or you just have the keys?
No, I have the base data decrypted from the
Okay.
plane. It's a
Yeah.
list of names and addresses. So I want to actually talk to you about that. Um, the only way to go down this rabbit hole anymore is to get someone who knows how to manipulate data. This could possibly be encrypted again, but it also could be buried somewhere in this list. Is what my take is.
From what I remember talking to Gavin, he expected these places to be like safe houses or something with more data inside them, right?
Potentially, but it's a pretty extensive list of names and addresses.
Yeah, I'm think I'm going off of memory. I think I actually did talk to Gavin. Wait, you weren't there. Serge wasn't there, but I'm
No.
pretty sure I did talk to Gavin, and he told me that these were like safe houses with more valuable stuff inside them.
Yeah, like some
Yeah.
old black sites or something.
Yeah, we should hit these.
Definitely. But before we do that, I say we need some more data on this to figure out which ones are actually potentially black sites and which ones are just regular old safe houses.
And how would we get that?
Oh, one option would be an NCPD station. They would have the data on names and addresses.
I don't
And
want to touch the NCPD.
other would be Militech, but that's a no-go. They would shred us apart before we could do anything.
That's true.
I say we just hit one of them.
See, and then go down the list. Fire stations. Anyway, fire stations, no. That'd only be more local. So I'm actually digging through it, but the best idea would be to do a covert hit on an NCPD station.
I think that could blow up in our faces real bad. I think it would be better just to go after one of these safe houses and see what we find.
That also would be a good option.
Yeah.
But that's part of the reason why I gave you this data is I want you to see if this is really what we're looking for, if this is just encrypted.
GM, can I take a look at it and see if it's still, this is like a second layer of encryption, or see if this is actually the data? Because to me, from what I talked with to Gavin, this looks like the real deal. It doesn't look like it's any further encrypted.
Roll me interface on it. You use a buffer device to take a peek at it, and you found that it's being protected by a black ice. It's a small
This isn't the data chip in the eye. This is the list.
The list?
From
Yeah.
Ramon.
I thought you were talking about the exploding chip.
No, I think that the data from Ramon is already decrypted.
Because the data from Ramon, you still need to find something to do that. You can't do it by hand.
Yeah, no, we already have it decrypted.
Serge has it decrypted, not my copy. Serge's
I don't remember
copy.
allowing that. It was never decrypted.
Ramon
I
gave
didn't
me
decrypt it.
Ramon gave me the data after he had the keys and basically unlocked it. Is what he told me. It's just a list of names and addresses.
Yeah, I didn't decrypt it. He's saying he did it.
Yeah, Ramon had the keys.
You remember that Arisaka person gave Ramon the keys? And
Yeah.
I think Ramon gave Serge. Yeah.
Yeah, Ramon gave Serge what was inside.
Uh-huh.
So we're seeing if what was inside was another box. We'll stick that in the back burner.
I have no idea. Like, you're talking about a system that Artel has never like touched upon or like shown interest in, unless it has to do with shooting guns in Cyberpunk. Artel won't tell you the rules how to do it. Sorry.
Yeah, we'll put that in the back burner for now.
Yeah, I don't think it's actually any further encrypted, anyways.
Yeah. So it's probably what it is. It's just a listed name and addresses, which may be our black sites. It might not. But I need people to help me.
Yeah.
So
well,
I'll just hand that to Helvey and say, give that a good look over. I know Ramon cut you out of that deal. I'm cutting you back in. In other words, might want to. Do you have any kind of buffer device to stick into the other chip into?
Well, that's what I assumed. Again,
Yeah.
I thought we were talking about that the whole time. Because I didn't know what you're talking about when it came to data. Because yeah, I'm sorry.
This was the plain data that we were talking about earlier.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I can look at the exploding chip.
Yeah, our cooking chip.
Okay, then like I was saying, there is a demon. There's a yeah. There is a black ice on the chip protecting it. That's that seems to just heat is designed to heat it up every time that it's started up.
Yeah, can I use my agent to create the architecture so that I can run on that and get rid of it?
Yes, you can.
And has it been long enough that the hit points all come back?
Yes.
It's been a week.
All right, then I will do that. I will net run, which will take me a couple minutes because a pretty important part of my gear is the bodysuit, so I got to go get into the bodysuit to do this.
Okay, so you get suited up and prepare to delve.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I sit in a different room.
I'm gonna do this in the living room. It don't matter.
The way it is, yes, it could potentially be preserved, but typically you can't just copy over black ice. But this is a special situation. And yeah, you jack in, and all around you see hanging digital pig carcasses and just freezer fog that stretches out all of a red tint as you're in the bottom floor of the architecture, and there's nothing here.
All right, I will. I will. Actually, I'll just do. See you first to up Pathfinder by 2, and then I'll do Pathfinder. There's a 14 on Pathfinder.
On the next floor is something called My Buddy, My Pal.
Yeah, I will res armor and buddy cop and wait for it to come back to me.
All right, nothing happens.
I will move up in the architecture.
Move up in the architecture, and just more swinging, hanging digital pig carcasses. But in front of you is a small metal table and a book.
I walk around just checking everything out, and if I don't see anything, I'll come back and open the book. Or I guess look at what the book says on the cover.
My buddy, my pal, Mr. B.
I will open the book and see if there's anything in it.
You spread the book open to a page that, let's be honest, there just limits the icon, so it's not really a whole, it's just like a Pac-Man thing. So you spread it open, and inside is, on one of the parchment pages, is a little inlet that has a single person that's like all neon, and he's got his hands on his head, and he's spasming from left to right, back and forward, and the words pain, entitlement, greed, anger just start resonating throughout the halls.
It's like a manifesto or something? I'm not really sure what this is.
Oh, it keeps going too. And it's gone on long enough where if there was some kind of attack program that was going to come get you, it would have done so by now.
Can I like do ID or something to see what if this is of any value to me, or if this book is just like some kind of weird slaughterhouse thing?
Sure. This is some kind of file node, but nothing that your cyber deck is recognizing.
Yeah, if I'm not able to ID it, then I'll probably jack out.
Right? You jack out, and I know you're jacking in San Diego Liching Hour, so jacking it, spanking it, whacking it. So you jack out and nothing bad happens. Well, except for one thing. As you jack out and the neon of the AR fades, you do see a figure in the distance that starts walking towards you, but as AR cuts, it vanishes.
Wait, so there's like... I mean, to me that sounds something like a netrunner, but there's no way for anyone who wasn't nearby me to see what I'm doing?
It was impossible.
I take the chip out and just like put it on the table, and then like walk away for a second and turn around and like point out and say, I don't want to deal with anything like that. I don't know what you found or what you're getting into, Serge, but that's not good.
Oh, there seems to be a mute spell cast upon you, Sergio.
Oh, sorry. I think I've dispelled it. I'll say that yeah, search Waldman's head and say, hey, I just found this inside of that targeting scope you asked for. Had an extra little chip slot in it.
Pay no heed to the murder, death, horror chip. There's your
I don't know
targeting
what you
scope.
saw in there, frankly, because I just saw you just kind of jack in, start wandering around the room, and then look at the table, and then unplug.
You're gonna want to talk to someone who's a lot older than me to figure out what's going on there.
Maybe Gav?
Maybe.
You know what? I'm gonna give Gab a call.
Yeah, let him know that this is some dangerous shit before you give it to him. You don't want to.
Oh no, I'm gonna tell him full out what this is. So yeah, no, I'm actually in Helvy's house. I'm gonna pull out my burner phone and call up Gav.
You do so. This is Gavin. Can I help you?
Hey, it's Serge. I was fixing up some of that cyberware I got from Billy the Butcher,
Uh-huh.
and inside of his targeting scope, I found a weird chip slot. Had Helvy take a look in the chip. She got so freaked out, said it was some bad juju in there. And
What was
honestly,
it
I'm
plugged
looking for
into?
what?
What was it plugged into?
It was plugged into a buffer device.
No, in Billy.
Into a targeting scope of all things.
That's some black tech right there.
Hey, you want it?
I can try to make some sense of it.
I'm just saying, you want it? I'm just gonna let you know it's some bad juju in there.
I'll take a look at it. I'm not scared. I've seen worse.
Yeah, I plugged it into a disposable reader I made. Cooked the thing immediately. So, giving you a heads up, it probably has some nasty ice in there. So yeah. Can I copy this data chip at all, or I'm gonna ask, out of character, asking the GM.
It depends. How much do you like setting fires in electronics?
I can actually deal with that.
But because pretty much everything you plug it into is going to have the same effect. It's going to start heating up, and then break itself eventually.
So it's just a race against time.
Eventually, yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell Gavin that I'm gonna try and find a way to safely manage this thing before pass it on to you. But so far, I've just found a very good way to brick anything I stick a chip into. Potentially make anybody I plug it into go cyber cycle as well.
Oh, there's no way that could go wrong.
Yeah. The only idea I have is to do the tried and true bathtub method. Get the device for copying the chip, stick it into basically an ice cooler to slow down the heat up.
Be a good way to make a lot of ramen at once.
You're not.
That almost sounds like something Serge might come up with, like when he's really tired and just starting to come up with bad ideas. Like, I could use this black tech as an instant ramen maker.
Yeah, you can find someone else's bathtub to do that in, not mine.
So yeah, no, I'm actually thinking along the lines of I'm gonna talk to Gavin back again and say, yeah, I'm gonna I have some ideas of how to copy this thing onto another memory card. So yeah, he will. I'll tell him. I'll tell him. Yeah. Can you get me some X many parts and for a copying device and a do you have a giant cooler I could also use? Like a bathtub or something I could fill with ice?
For what?
I'm actually going to I'm actually finding a way to deal with this data.
Well, that's what we were gonna try. We have this hideout set up. It's got a cooling environment, and we should be able to extract it safely.
Mind if I tag along?
Be my
For the work?
guest. And he gives you an appointment time in a couple of days, 2 days.
Yeah, no, I'll stick it in there and I'll have this weird chip ready to go.
All right.
In a case where it's not plugged into anything.
It's at this time we go to the large mega hotel known as the Dusty Tombs, as there is a board meeting that Wei Chen is in. Hello, Wei Chen.
Hi.
You have Mirage and Dino next to you.
We're in a meeting in a hotel. So is it like a conference room where Militech is they're renting or?
Yeah, it's a rented conference room.
Right.
And yes,
I'm going to be very professional and just be present in that meeting and be very mentally focused. Yes.
All right.
What do I hear?
Well, they're going over some major PR things that have happened. Especially because a large aero zeppelin has just gone down outside of the city, and that aero zeppelin was a Militech arms transport.
Oh.
It was shot down, and thankfully Militech prevented most of the goods from being taken. But there's drone footage of 3 cars leaving the crime scene, and large cars that could easily stuff a few boxes in.
Do we have more do we have identification for the cars? Like, do we know what markings on it or?
We don't really have anything significant. All I know is that the company is putting an internal bounty on it. Anyone who can bring them in is getting a bounty of 1,000 eddies a crate.
How many crates are stolen?
There are roughly 24 not accounted for. We don't know how many are actually just destroyed by the crash, how many they took.
I'll take the drone footage and then stick it into my laptop. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you get the deets.
Can I just review the footage and then use my perception to see if I can just get anything out of it, like, or is it? All right. Hold on. Let me go to my character sheet. Oh.
So you inspect the footage closely, and you notice that these are extremely bulky European model cars that are meant to off-road and take things to like outer settlements from like major airports. And so these particular models just kind of scream Savoil unmarked car to you.
Savoil. All right, I'll keep that in mind. Do I know where the Savoil headquarters is in Hanai City?
You do know where their corporate offices are, but that'd be a little too brazen.
Like a outpost or something that I can like potentially get more details on stuff, or
You'd
just
you'd,
like
you'd have to talk to some people. You don't quite know their locations off the top of your head yet.
um I'll call my direct superior. Is it? Yeah.
Okay, so want to roll me roll me business.
Mm-hmm. Business is always so hard to find. Okay, there it is.
Oh, there you go. With your business roll, you know that there is a dockyard facility slightly to the north that is used as a unloading facility for algae tanks and oil tanks from the various tankers and cargo subs that Savoil has in this area. But again, a little too obvious. Does bring your attention is there is a small oil derrick facility. It's 4 wells that are in close proximity, and it also doubles as a submarine dock and storage facility. Anything that Savoil is trying to keep hidden, they would keep it there. I would say it's 100 miles offshore.
Is it close to any like corporate zones or something that might get us into
No
trouble?
one rules the sea, matey. Arr.
Oh, so there's no like sea jurisdiction, like there's no sea patrol or anything.
As far as I know, there's still international waters. They don't really touch on that.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, international waters are still a thing.
Yeah.
That's kind of why the second corporate war got so out of hand.
I'll call I'll take my agent and I'll call Ayumi.
Hi, hello.
Hey, Ayumi, right? From the Tiger Claw job last week. Remember me?
Looks at the agent briefly. Yeah.
So I heard that you are an air nomad, right? Like, do you deal with air vehicles or anything?
You could say that, yeah.
I got some jobs lining up, and I might need some forward reconnaissance help. So do you have potentially like a helicopter or a gyrocopter that I can use to to potentially do some recon on some offshore sites? Like it's not in the open sea, but it's slightly offshore of Night City.
I could get you a gyro. How much you paying?
We don't know yet, but there's potentially up to 20,000 Eurobucks of worth of cargo that I'll patch you into the actual job when we are getting the cargo. But do you want to just do some forward reconnaissance first?
And GM, just to clarify, is this on a different day from that run for my life?
Yeah, this is like at the end of the week.
Okay. Yeah, I could probably I can get the gyro set up. As long as I know the pay, and I'm free up, and I seem to be free up for the next little while. So scratch me in, and the pay's good. I'll fly wherever you want me to fly.
I'll pay you $100 just for the recon. Is it good?
Barely cover fuel.
Make it 200, and we're good for just the recon and nothing else.
All right, I'll pay you $200 just for the recon. Yeah.
There's a bigger job here, and you want me to give more firepower than that, then I'll expect more cut. But if you just want me to buzz around and take a look, I can do that.
All right. I'll deduct it from my inventory, so you can just add it in right now.
Okay, sure. I'm having a good week.
Night City is a place of opportunities.
Yeah. All right, shoot me the coordinates and I'll buzz out.
Oh, I'm going to be on the helicopter with you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, 200's still good. Yeah.
Yep.
if that's all you're getting me to do, if you want to have a ride, just
Yeah.
do you want me to pick you up anywhere in particular, or do you want to just meet me out in the Badlands?
Do I know any helipads that I can use to as a jumping off
yes, you're in a 4-star corporate hotel. There's at least 4 helipads on this floor.
All right. What's the rusty? What's the name of the hotel again?
The Dusty Tombs.
Oh, yeah. Do you know the hotel, the Dusty Tombs?
No, but in a few minutes I can.
All right. Meet me. Just put the helicopters on the we'll meet on the helipad in the Dusty Tombs.
All right.
And,
I'll see you there in a bit.
It shows up on your agent search pretty quickly. It's a towering mega hotel in the top of Little Europe, and it's essentially a large tomb on the inside. Like, it has a lot of Egyptian theming. It's got synthetic sand lining the ground. The particularly like beefier bouncers are body sculpted to look like jackal people, stuff like that.
Right. Just be sure to let your the hotel agent or whoever's managing these guys there that I'm coming, so I can so they don't get shocked that I'm landing on their pad.
All the games. How exactly do I do that?
Well, you basically just go out there and say I'm waiting for a ride, and then
Okay.
no one questions you.
Yeah, I'll go to the helipad and then tell the liaison that I'm waiting for a ride. Yeah.
Yeah.
He-
I'll go ahead.
No, I was about to say, yeah, you go ahead and just put, and you touch down, and the liaison kind of looks at, or the valet looks at you, goes, "This is your ride?"
It's a bad time for. That's not exactly the best economic situation that we're in right now. We got to make do.
Have
And
a good flight, sir.
Yeah, you too. I toss him like 10 euro bucks as like as a tip.
Right on.
Hey, a tipper.
All right.
Hold on,
Tip me. No.
Here's my tip.
Well, I'll go into the what's the other side called? The driver's seat and the
Passenger seat.
yeah, the passenger seat. I'll go to the passenger seat and I'll yeah.
We're now flying Wei Chin Air. Put.
I'll strap on that and then I'll give him the coordinates of the offshore side.
I start lifting off. You ever been in a gyro?
Not really. Is it?
All
Should I
right,
know
if you
anything
feel
about?
If you feel like throwing up, throw up that way, and I point opposite me and the gyro.
Well, I know about that. Yeah.
Other than that, I wouldn't jump. And if I tell you to get out, don't hesitate. Just jump, because that means we're crashing.
All right, I got it. Is your gyro like a box gyro or like just a skeleton? You know what I mean?
It's basically a frame with a little like rotor engine on it. This is, to be fair, it's a little better than that because this is a Nomad issue, but it's not particularly upgraded yet.
The only upgrade on it is a machine gun mounted to the front.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. In fact, that's something you see when you look down. Is there's a little like gun. Like, you couldn't really see it from the outside, but it definitely has an undermounted gun that's like hidden from sight.
Alright. Oh.
Kind of built into the frame so you can't notice. It looks like part of the slope.
I'll give Ayumi the coordinates, yeah. And just be careful. We're not supposed to be there. I'll tell Ayumi that.
We must be stealthy. All right, then away you go in your gyrocopter. You join the recreational gyrocopter traffic for a little while. People are putt-putting around, and you can see people jet skiing below, and gangsters bringing in speedboats with stuff with cargo holds full, and you can see subs surface from time after time. It's pretty nice. And in the distance, you can see the looming oil facility and the mega tankers that swing into the middle of it, fill up after a couple hours, and then swing out.
How big is it? Like, is it? How big is the whole?
It looks like 4 skyscrapers, like together. Only like half of the skyscrapers actually like visible, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Can I take a perception check to like get an idea of like how many people would be in this kind of places?
Well, that a place this big, you'd imagine thousands.
Oh.
This is a miniature city of its own.
All right. Is there anything I can get out of this job?
Well, you start coming in closer, and you see that there is a series of helipads, and there are a lot of cargo containers that they leave in these areas, basically. So if you had a winch, you could pretty much snag one easily.
I don't think I don't think we're in a position to do that with this helicopter right now. So it'll have to be put on the back burner. Or do you think the helicopter is capable of doing that?
Unfortunately, you'd need a heavy chassis upgrade for that.
Yeah.
The gyro will pull itself apart if we try to do it.
So I'll just take a few photos of the facility, of like different.
Well, you're not quite there yet. I'd like your pilot to make an aerodyne check. Give me a piloting check there.
Oh, all right.
Oh, shut off my music. Whoops. There we go. And as I'm flying, he's kind of bopping his head, listening to music in one of his ears.
Oh god, I
You'd rather
just
try to-
saw what Lichingauer said. It's 2021 and we can't jack into a cyber deck into the Matrix. What's going on?
That's what they want you to think.
Where's my electric car, Bruce? You were saying?
Oh, you made a 20 for his roll.
Oh yeah, you're cruising in just fine. That's as you come swooping in, and a couple other gyrocopters start following you for a second, and then you drift forward like you're a tourist, and you like wave at them, and you zoom past, and you're keeping your distance. They look at you, and they look very upset, but you seem to have found their jurisdiction.
Yeah, that's about as close as I'm getting there, boss. I get any closer, they're gonna start either throwing things or shooting things. So.
So we're still not at picture distance, or?
Oh, you are now. You might need some magnification for the like farther buildings, but as you're patterning, you're able to see like one of the structures at a time.
Well, I'll just take a few pictures with my agent, and then that's it.
Alrighty.
All right. If you think it's too much, we'll head back. Yeah, I'll tell me that.
Roll
Okay, where do
me
you wanna land,
perception
boss?
for you two.
Oh, perception.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, both
Perception.
of you. Give me that perception. Ooh. Alright. Ayumi, you notice that there is a cargo helicopter on the helipad, and they're loading an entire container into it, and the two people get in the helicopter and they start flying away towards Night City. And that gives you a bit of an idea as well. Is that what if you used a disguised cargo helicopter? Meanwhile, Wei Chen, you notice that there is a submarine docking floor as well. On the lower sides of the buildings, you notice that there are alcoves that dig into the building, and this might be a way in. Because if you had a small submersible, you could probably just go right in. They wouldn't put doors there.
Well, the submarine part is gonna be a way off from the cargo place, right? We're ready for the, or is it gonna be another cargo place next to the submarine docking area?
There's probably, I'd imagine there'd be some sort of loading offloading area. We just can't see it.
All right. I'll just tell you, Armin, do you see that? Do you see the submarine port?
No, I just see the pad, man.
All right. Yeah, let's give me a few ideas. Yeah, and then just saying that we can head back now. Yeah.
We are thieves in a yellow submarine. A yellow submarine. A yellow submarine.
Roger that, boss. Where do you want to land?
You just drop me off back in the dusty tombs. Wait, do I have a? Or maybe I couldn't even. Oh no, just head back to your Nomad camp. Yeah.
I mean, you could
back to
land
my
your
camp?
Nomad copter at your Conapt. I'm sure your boss will not think that's suspicious at all.
Nah, just go back to your camp. I'll find a way to go back home myself. Yeah.
All right, well, that's easy. You could just have Mirage pick you up.
Yeah.
All right, then it's at this point we're gonna have a short session tonight. I'm gonna start winding us down. There's gonna be the meeting with Gavin, and you're all kind of coming up with your own little plans. So I'm gonna throw you all 30 IP for a session all done. You okay there, Serge?
Yeah, no. Something just hit me in the eye.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm fine.
The cyber demons.
Yeah, I think it was something in that slaughterhouse chip. But yeah, no, we have the meeting with Gavin, which may involve a cyber psycho. Who knows? Honestly, that chip scares me, but it's worth so much. It's black tech. That is like magic in this day and age.
It really is. It's dark technology of a bygone age.
But and yes, and also Corbinian, I agree. It is mad money. All right. I may have to pay our fixer for decrypting it and working with it, but still, or owe some favors. On the other hand, we also have that list to deal with, and also potential corporate raid on the horizon. So a lot of things to look forward to.
Yeah.
Ooh, there are a couple Cyberpunk Red games going on as well that we're doing. Hey, I know that. A couple games going. Probably gonna raid into one of those. Night Market Episode 2. That looks like it might. looking for something lower on the full there. But yeah, that was a great session. We got a lot of story progress going there.
A lot of side plots.
A lot of side plots. And
Well,
that's kind of part of my style is I generate lots of rabbit holes to jump down. Well, let's.
I'm taking notes on that.
Okay, well, they're. I wouldn't be surprised if these folks are like about to end their stream, because that's usually how this works. But we're gonna raid into Miss Magitech. They're playing a Cyberpunk Red one shot.
oh,
Beyond.
And not quite sure who's all playing there, but we're gonna join them right now. Thank you all so much for popping by. Thanks all these players for popping by. Teamwork makes the dream work, man. Beautiful, man. All right, let's go raid.
And we are off the air.